I had been thermal flying all day, well, a couple hours through midday. Just did some climbs, did some pushes into the wind. Well, I ended up landing out. It'd been like an hour and change or something, and I had to motor back home into the strong wind. If you've not seen the previous video, check it out. This flight will make a lot more sense. But on the way home, I hit a dust devil. I don't even know if I recorded it or not, but this is some of the footage from that day. I'll just talk you through some of the flight. Let's check it out together. So just to set the stage a little bit, conditions were strong. We were getting gusts, I say we as in I, was getting gusts up to 20 miles an hour this day, maybe even more. Now my glider flies at about 23, 24 miles an hour. If you look in the next little clip here, you can actually see where I'm going backwards. Flew right into a cycle is what I was saying there. But yeah, look here, you can see that I'm drifting backwards across the ground. Yeah, just a strong day. I had maybe an hour, maybe an hour and change I calculated that I needed to get back to where I started. It was only 6 miles away, but that's how strong the winds were, and I was pushing straight into it. This was a totally separate type of flying than doing the thermal flying that I was doing before, and I turned the camera off for a large portion of it. Most of it was just fighting the ups and the downs. You know, I would get slammed and have to go full power and still be going down. I would go to idle and be ripping up at 500-600 feet a minute. So it was just crazy up and down, punching in and out of thermals, constantly on the controls, no relaxation at all. That's the kind of flight this was. Wasn't really saying much till I got toward the end though. And then when I finally got there, I hit this dust devil, and let's look at that together.
1 hour later.
So not only am I having to calculate for, how far I could go, etc., but I'm a self-retriever. I got to get back to my ride somehow. I mean, I could call for another ride or hitchhike, but preferably I'd like to fly back under propulsion. So, carrying a lot of fuel and wait until the end of the day was one option. But I'm also meeting a student at 3:45 p.m. So I could only practice so much. And I tell you, it's been a rough ride back. It is peak of the day thermal activity. I'm getting some pretty nice climbs. I'm getting drilled straight up, straight down. It's just very intense thermal activity going on right now. And I gotta keep myself enough altitude that a reserve deployment would work and I would have time to actually think about it and get it out. And also, not so high that I'm parked into the wind. So there's like a delicate balance of altitude. Sometimes I'm getting hammered where I'm getting zero. But if I just push into it, hands up, go fast, when I punch out the other side of that, I usually get 5-6 miles an hour. I believe it says we're doing 12 right now, but it just went down to 8. We'll look at our average after we go back and tally the data, so to speak. Still looking for airplanes. There's been a crop duster in and out of here I've been watching. I don't see the gliders doing glider operations anymore. I'm guessing that's a good thing. I'm getting lifted right now anyway. Yeah, always having somebody come get you would be nice, but I ain't there yet. So yeah, flying back is better than hitchhiking. And hey, I may run out of gas before I get there. I don't even know how much I got. I had some in there a little while ago.
Okay, so let's talk about what's fixing to happen. This is the field where the dust devil comes from. You can see the airport runway running across there, and my truck and trailer parked, that little black box at the upper right corner next to the grass. That's where I'm headed. That's my target. And there's going to be a dust devil form out there, but actually the dust devils don't start on the ground. They start up in the sky. Just like a tornado, developing lift and spinning and swirling, the last thing that happens is the little tail comes down and touches the bottom. So I'm about to fly into a dust devil, and I don't even realize it, and I don't even see it until it forms up a few seconds later, and all the stuff got captured on video. I just wanted to kind of set it up what's going to happen. The GoPro and the stabilization really makes the video look like a non-event. I verbally talk through it, but you don't really see anything exciting. There's nothing ominous or crazy looking about the footage. Either way, here it is.
Oh, took a deflation on the left there. It's all right though, I just did what I was supposed to do. Whoa, getting jammed up. Big lift, get ready for the sink. Get ready for it. Oh, I'm just like going up, sitting still. Oh, wow, big thermal. It was it's the dust devil out there in the field straight ahead of me. Damn. I better get up and away from that thing. I see that thing spinning coming right at me. Yeah, I'm gonna veer off to the, hell, I may be in the top of it. I don't know. Oh, it's rowdy here. Yeah, I see that thing spinning up. But where's the top? That's the thing. I'm gonna get some altitude. You can always do something with altitude. Try to get over here away from it. Find some sink outside of it. And then once I think it's past me, I'm gonna turn back to it. Yeah, I was just fixing to talk about how important the approach is. Like watching out for dust devils and stuff like that. So we got airplanes, dust devils, fuel calculations. There's a lot going on that takes away the ability to do proper vlogging, if you will. Let's punch into the wind now that I've paralleled this this dust devil. You know, you see dust devils wreak carnage on the ground, but up in the air, they're really not so bad. It's just a strong thermal. Like I was saying, I probably hit it. It's probably what caused my deflation. As I got into that strong lift that picked me straight up, the tail of it was probably out there on the ground. I was probably in the top of that dust devil. That's what I'm thinking, looking and feeling of what's going on, the way the air's been feeling. That sounds straight. Like, I would be accurate to say this.
And in short, what I'm getting at here is, this is a thermal climb from earlier in the day. Look how laid over it is into the wind, the angle that the thermal is actually going back down to the source. And when I thought about it for a half a second, I realized I flew exactly into where that dust devil would have been throwing it, which is exactly what happened. This is my rationale behind that train of thought. Just thought I would show it here with some real hard data.
Yeah, so I went through a dust devil, took a collapse, got lifted and just parked still. There's a bird thermaling right out here in front of me. It does feel pretty awkward to fly through lift and not turn in it on a day like this. I gotta tell you, it's hard on a man like me. See, I'm in the lift that Buzzard was in. We on the same lift line here. Jamming, baby, jamming. See, I got the motor running, but I'm only using it when I need it. Dang, I just climbed several hundred feet. Were it a zero wind situation, I would probably have my glide back to the truck now. But it is not a zero wind situation. Oh, that's cool. I think I can see the trail of that dust devil. That's interesting. I sure can. I can see where it tore up the ground.
So let's take a closer look at what we're seeing here. The thermal starts right here in this area and develops, and then it takes this path. You can see it cut across the field, and then it hits the trigger point and cuts loose at this that we established as the, oh shit, so that's how that happens.
He did the wrong thing.
That's cool. Checking for airplanes. Checking hard. Airplanes, sailplanes, bombers. Get all kind of stuff out here in these bottoms. All kind of stuff. Okay, I got a bird thermaling right over the runway. All I gotta do is stay on my game to do the landing, and it'll be a successful flight. This is the most important time not to become unfocused on anything else. You really want to focus on what's out there, what's coming, what's going on. Living in the moment, so to speak. I hit my flow state in the thermal earlier. That's when I wasn't talking. It's usually when I'm just focused. It's like, if you've never been in a flow state, then I don't think you can understand what I'm talking about. Such an amazing frame of mind to be in. I don't see glider operations. My fingers are going numb. I'm watching the wind stop. Okay, it's twisting around on me. I feel the thermal pulling me this way too. Check that out. Haha. There's one forming up right here, right now. Okay, yeah, there's no thermal activity. I'm sorry, glider activity. Damn, I'm getting lifted up. All right. Alrighty. Kite this dude down.
So I don't know exactly where the camera quit recording, but I made a safe landing. Crazy thermal conditions. You gotta be on your game, guys. I can't stress it enough. Midday flying, it can be totally dangerous. It can be scary, but it can also be fun. And if you know what you're doing and you just relax and do what you're supposed to do, no big deal. I wonder if it recorded me going through a dust devil. Flew through a dust devil about 500 feet and I could see the thing form on the ground. Actually, I took a collapse. I took a deflation on my left side and I pulled that right back out, never even changed course. Love that Xeno, it's an amazing wing. Pumped the deflation out and then immediately I saw a dust devil form out in front of me. And then I got drilled, like lifted straight up. I was getting 0 ground speed, like I hope I recorded it. I don't know, I'll have to go back and review the footage to see. If I didn't, I wanna talk about it right now. So I did that. And then when I popped out of it, I could see this dust devil spinning up out here in a cut field. So I said, well, I need to abort right. So I went to the right, kind of fell out in the sink. And then I realized as I was looking at it, what was happening, I was actually in the dust devil. It was just leaned over, like it was at an angle with all the rest of the thermals. The tail of it was way over here in front of me, but where I was at, I was actually in it. I got lifted by a dust devil. It was actually the strongest lift I had been in the whole day. It jerked me straight up. Anyway, we'll look at the data. I'm pretty sure I can find the GPS track. But yeah, as far as the landing though, yeah, just the lower you are to the ground, the more dangerous it is. I mean, you take a collapse low and you're you know, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. You're just in the dirt hard. So you gotta keep your speed, you gotta keep your glider over your head. Active piloting is not a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do well. You know, if the glider kicks back, you let up. If it shoots forward, you jerk the brakes. If it pops to the left, you jab the right. If it pops to the right, you jab the left. That's it. There's really no other special techniques involved unless you want to get into using speed bar, which is a separate set of pitch control maneuvers that you can do, as well as brakes or rear risers. So there's that to consider as well. But it's a strong day. I'm meeting a student. I probably won't be recording any of that, but I wanted to do like a little debrief about the end of the flight, the motor home. I don't know, again, I don't know where the camera was on or off. I only had so much card space and I flew for over 2 hours. I probably filled the card up at some point and I don't know what I recorded or what I didn't, but I hope it did. I'm gonna cut it here, guys, and I don't know, maybe go try to video a dust devil. I doubt there's any left. There's Virga, all the clouds are like Virgas coming out of them. It's a pretty neat day in Louisiana. Check this out. Even the little ones out in the distance, they've all got Virga coming out of them. Look at these here, they're just like smeared. Sideways Virga. It was a fun day and it'll be a fun evening and I hope you fly safe. Much love everybody, Kyle out. All right, let's see what we got here. We're coming along. This is right about the time that I take the deflation. Maybe that was it. I don't know. What's happening? What's happening? The data looks like it doesn't have the refresh rate necessary to see what we need to see. Yeah, it's just too choppy. Yeah, that's where it happened, where the little point is there. And then I think I climb again, and then I bail to the right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm going back left. What is this? What am I doing? Am I drunk? Am I drunk paramotoring? Yeah, I guess I'm drunk. I'm out there flying into stupid dust devils. Don't even know what I'm doing. Such a damn loser. Yeah, maybe one day I'll figure out life. Who knows? It definitely wasn't this day. Yep, there I go. Bailing right there. Yeah, I hit a dust devil in there somewhere. The data seems to be pretty much useless. Good night, y'all.